should we perhaps go around and find out what the security plans are? I say I pay him 3,000 now, so he's not anything of the wiser, and start the caper.
I I assume that he spoke with Albert privately about the footage that he has of him.
Yes.
Yes.
Did Albert explain the nature of the blackmail? I mean, did he say that there's like video footage of him that's very incriminating, or did he just?
I'll say this to you guys now. Yes, he has video footage of me, and he probably has it. I'm imagining either on his person or something such as that. If he does have it with either someone else's possession or in some form of cloud storage, it is summer after all. He might he might upload. Perhaps we can't just instantly kill him, but maybe we need to do a little bit of torture. Would anyone be opposed to a little bit of torture?
Maybe Raylan would. He's such a softie.
I'm not surprised about any of this, but I came here for Bruce, and I haven't gotten any yet, so...
As I said, it's a party tomorrow. Mama will be very much interested in the space coke we have on board, and there'll be a lot of alcohol. A lot of fine alcohol.
I say we cut his legs off to start.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Well, I need to collect £3,000 or 3,000 space credits from my my stash on board the ship, and I'll deliver it to him, and then...
You could just delay him on that too. Say that you put in the request for, fund transfer, but it's going to take a while.
I think it's probably better to give it to him up front, so he's...
yes, I'd like him to be as less suspicious as possible, so I'm just going to give it to him.
You said you were going back to the ship to get the rest of your money, and then you go in with the money and give it to him, and everything's square.
And if not, it's 3,000. It isn't 3,000 every month, it's 3,000, so it's fine. Okay, so I go back, go see Lieutenant Dan, and I give him the 3,000.
Okay, so the people who are going to the manor go to the manor along with this field, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys are escorted by a group of guards up to the manor. At the threshold, you see Mr. What's his name? Albert Noah Arthur Isfield II, along with Miss Penelope Isfield. Miss Penelope seems to be very happy that her son is alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Isfield II, well, he doesn't seem to be very pleased with anything. He has this look on his face when he looks at you he says, you're a disappointment to me. Constantly. I think you've had that look from him pretty much your whole life.
Yes. It's a constant feeling of disappointment with Papa.
Yeah, so his scowl hasn't changed at all. Lieutenant Colton is there, right next to them. And Mrs. Isfield, she runs up and hugs her little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, "Oh, my dear boy, it's so good to see you're alive and well."
Papa says,
"But it is, Mama.
Stop it! You're spoiling the boy."
Pretty much. He when she walks up to him, he almost He's almost taking out a weapon or something.
Well, I hug Mama, and it's like, oh, Mother, how good it is to see you. It's I don't want you to be displeased with me, but it has been hard being away these few months. But
Oh, I bet it is.
but it's wonderful to see your face and Papa. It's just amazing, and I'm so pleased to be here in time for your birthday tomorrow.
See, I told your father you'd be here on time. He never believes you can do anything in a timely fashion.
Well, it's why I'm out there, out in this open universe. I'll show you both, as you know how to be completely true about my personality. I'll show you I can make it and make this family proud.
It's great to hear that, sweetie. Now let's go inside. It's too cold out here.
That it is, Mama.
So
I look over to Papa, and of course, I nod in a characteristic, like hello, Papa kind of way, like kowtowing to his greatness, of course.
he looks down at you, and then he extends a hand to you to shake.
I shake it,
Well,
not firmly.
at least you haven't blown up yet.
Yes, It is dangerous out there, Papa. You've been on this planet, and its confines that has been protected around in this gilded bubble. It is dangerous, but thank you. Yes, I have been able to stay alive.
At least you can manage that. And who are these two? And he looks over at Mapachin and Raylan.
These are my fine compatriots. They're my crew members. This is Mapachin. And this is Raylan, my pilot.
Hello there.
Raylan, are you currently drinking?
Not that exact moment, but I have been drinking, yes. Because it's freezing, you know.
Okay, so you've been drinking on the way there. Okay, he would have seen it. It's like, you trust him to pilot your ship? A drunk?
He isn't a drunk. He drinks. There's a difference. You drink also, Papa, as we've drank together occasionally.
Yes, well, it's your choice of what dredge to come up with. Inside, now.
Yes, Papa.
Okay, so inside Isfield Manor. Albert, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
About damn it, right. About what?
About the manor
Right.
inside.
Well, as I've said, it has beautiful post-Gothic architecture with spires and steeples and our connection to the server has been interrupted on tells you about numbers, but never mind. And inside, it's like a manor you'd see on recreations of Victorian era architecture with carpets over wooden floors and wooden furniture.
Wood's got to be pretty expensive on a planet like this.
A planet with no trees. Wood is incredibly expensive.
You have it imported from somewhere. Okay, so you guys are walking along one of the many hallways of Isfield Manor. Mrs. Isfield, she turns to you, Albert, her arm still hooked under yours. And she says, we haven't changed your room at all. You will sleep in there for as long as you are staying. And your friends, well, I don't think they would mind staying in the servant quarters, would you? And she looks back at Mapachin and Raylan.
It's fine with me.
No, not at all.
It will be more finery than they've probably ever seen in their lives.
I'm sure it's more comfortable than a ship.
Of course it would. Well, dear, I don't see how you can sleep inside such a thing like that.
It is a little confined, Mama. It's nice to be able to stretch our legs out here with some real refined people.
Well, of course it is. Still don't believe you took up on your father's offer. Silly.
I had to show him, Mama. It's, I need to show you both. I'm good enough to run the business.
If you say so, son. If you say so. I just wished you were here more often. We miss your sister very much.
Yes, as do I. As do I. It was a sad time, but as I said, I would hunt down her killer, and I have, and I've proved myself worthy in that way. But I need to be out there, making my own fortune.
And she nods, and they get you to one of the many living rooms inside the manor. And you are offered seats. Lieutenant Colton is by Isfield Senior all the time as you guys walk around. And Mrs. Isfield, she sits down next to you, Albert, and she says, "So, what did you bring me? I know you always buy me the finest gifts. What did you bring me this time?"
Well, I brought you something that I'm sure you'll like at your party.
Yes?
Me, Mama.
Oh, Albert. So funny, please.
Let me look at my character sheet.
He starts digging through his pockets. There's this paper clip. It's a wonderful thing. Once belonged to Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you remember that guy, Phil?
Yes. No. I didn't mean me. I meant this hollow emitter field of me. Look, it's like a replica of me when I'm not here, Mama.
Oh, so.
And if you really wanted to, you could also program other people's likenesses into it. But don't forget to to be able to keep mine, so you'll never forget what I'm like when I'm not here.
Well, we only have 20 paintings of you, son.
But a painting is so different from something that looks lifelike standing in front of you.
That is true. What an interesting device. Where did you buy this?
Well, my pilot isn't just a pilot. He also has technical know-how. He constructed this himself, and I was like, Mama will love this.
Am I there?
Yeah, you are.
I
Everyone's
overly bow. Try my best.
So you guys chat for a while, and Mapachin and Raylan, you guys notice that a few of the servants that come in to deliver drinks and food to you, they have this very, very heavy respirators on their faces. Only a few of them have them. but they look very uncomfortable, actually.
And I think Mapachin knows about, the effect of cardicite on MES sufferers, or no?
It is
no.
common knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Well, and especially, you had to hunt one down that killed your sister after exposure to cardicite, right? We know about that, don't we? That you hunted this person down and killed them.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that our first job on the crew?
Well, no,
No, that was the last crew.
That was the last crew, yes.
They didn't make it.
They died
To shreds, you say.
under Isfield's command.
But you're a much finer crew. They were dicks.
And people wonder why I drink.
So, okay, the servants in the heavy respirators, they look uncomfortable. Do they look miserable?
They don't look miserable, but yeah, they look very uncomfortable in those. One of them, actually, the respirators all seem to be one size fits all. That kind of deal. And his respirator, squeezes him too tightly. There's others where the respirator is almost falling off because it's too big for them. But yeah, in terms of comfort, it isn't something you want to wear.
Mapachin asks one of the servants, how can you... Do you have to wear this at all times?
He nods.
While sleeping?
He nods again.
Surely such a family with so much income as the Isfields have could afford to fit their servants with custom respirators that fit each individual comfortably and accurately. Why do they all seem to be standard issue? Why are they cutting corners? Or have the Isfields fallen on hard times financially?
Yeah, he shrugs and shakes his head.
Do you speak English?
You hear "Oh!" from behind the mask.
This is useless.
Like, they can barely talk with those on.
Mapachin maintains a calm exterior.
But inside...
Are all of the servants wearing respirators or just some of them?
No, just a few of them. Like in 20 that you see, one of them has one.
Okay. Mapachin says, I will just ask you yes or no questions so you can just nod or shake your head because I can't understand a word you say. Have you ever thought about getting off of Cardice? If this is how you have to live, have you ever thought about leaving and just never had the means?
He nods.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just asking out of my own curiosity. I've noticed your plight.
He shrugs.
Were you born here?
He nods.
How unfortunate. Have you any education?
He nods.
Higher education?
He shakes his head.
Just basic education.
Mm-hmm.
Do I notice this exchange going on?
Well,
if you ever notice the people lower down from you, maybe you might notice. Have you got any skills? Are you skilled in any trade, or basically just housekeeping?
He shrugs.
Okay. Then probably Mapachine's attention is needed elsewhere, so she just waves at the servant and says, I've gotta go, but thank you for your time.
He nods and gives you a bow.
Raylan
She bows
waves
back
me
to
over.
the servant.
Are we sitting close to each other, Bermuda? Or
Probably. I don't
Probably
think
are,
we're
right?
allowed to sit at the big kids table.
Yeah.
No.
So I
We're
wave
just
over
riffraff.
the same servant and say, "Tell you what, if you bring me the strongest thing you have, in alcohol, I'll help you fit that mask better to you."
Well, he considers your proposal for a few seconds, and then he walks off.
He just walks off.
Yeah, he walks off.
Fucking
And
rude.
if you wait a few minutes, he comes back with a glass with,
Ooh.
yes, this deep purple liquid in it.
Okay. Is it good?
And let's see, he sleights of hand. He just quietly pushes it towards you.
I nod to him and so where are we? We're just having dinner, or
No, it's just
We're just in the study.
okay.
just a gathering.
So
Social gathering.
I take the glass and I kind of walk off with him. Then I guess
Walk off with whom?
the servant.
Oh, okay.
To like help
No.
him with his mask,
Oh, okay.
because that's the deal,
Mrs.
right? So
Mrs. Isfield, looks over at you off in, a corner of the room, standing up and walking off with this guy. She asks, "Where?"
sorry, I couldn't hear that.
She asked Albert, "Where is he going?"
He's he likes to, let me say, talk to people, even if they're not people of worth.
She has this face of slight disgust on her, and she says, "Oh, okay, very well."
Yes.
So, Raylan, you're going to help the guy, right?
Yeah, to make his gas mask fit better, or respirator.
Okay. Yeah, you can just do it with a roll post tech, no problem.
Post-tech, okay.
Yeah.
So that would be intelligence, right? As well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You make a few slight adjustments. When he takes off the mask, you see that his face is, pretty bruised from the tight fit. But when you give it back to him, he says, "Thank you for this, sir."
Well, a favor for a favor.
His voice is still a bit muffled by the mask, but he can speak normally now.
Huh. I also ask him, like, what's the latest gossip around the Isfield compound?
He looks around for a while, and you guys are basically in an empty room. And he says, well, it is said that a few of the families are in a squabble for who is going to be the new Minister of Truth. In theory, Mr. Isfield III would be the successor for such a position, but because of the deal he made with his father, it seems that he's no longer eligible for such a position. So now the other families are infighting, trying to see who will take up the position.
Oh.
But that is all the rumors I've been hearing about, I'm afraid, sir.
Okay. And he, like, raises his glass to him and nods.
Totally get his name.
Oh, yeah.
He might be useful
What's your
later.
name, by the way?
Okay, give me a moment.
Brian.
Dave?
Shazbat.
Shazbot.
Shazbot. His name is...
Typical Kardashian name.
His name is going to be Oliver.
Pick another name. Gregory.
Douglas.
Douglas, okay.
Yeah, he says, my name is Douglas, sir.
I'll see you later, Douglas. Have a good one.
You as well, sir. Have you taken a sip of that drink?
I do it now when I raise the glass.
Okay, roll me a physical save.
Oh, shit.
You said, like, strongest rather than, like, nicest tasting or anything. It's got, like, fucking, like, 200% alcohol or something.
That's the same thing for Raylan. So, okay, physical save. Target number? Is that just the thing in...
The number you need to beat.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm gonna get drunk.
Holy
Is
shit,
one
you made
good?
it.
Yeah.
Would
Yes.
my high constitution be...
No. Your stats don't affect your saving throws.
Okay.
But you made it. You rolled just enough to...
Hey, I've been drinking Skibori
I'm
and moonshine,
impressed.
so...
Yes, basically you are a professional drinker,
Yeah.
and you manage to keep it cool while you drink this. It tastes amazing, by the way.
Oh.
It's like berries. It's very, very, has a sweet taste to it. So you almost don't notice the alcohol hitting you like a truck. So yeah, you could possibly drink that down like water if you're not careful.
But I'm careful, I guess.
Yes, you
Awesome.
managed to be very, very careful with it. So, Albert, anything you want to discuss with your parents? Anything specific?
I'm imagining Papa's probably not here at the moment. Because he is. Oh, he's graced us with his presence, has he?
He has graced you with his presence, yes.
Mama and Papa, of course. I have one of your favorite
Lieutenant Colton
things
is
with
also
me.
there.
Oh, of course. That's fine. Mama and Papa, I have one of your favorite delicacies from off-world brought for your party.
Mrs. Isfield looks expectant, and Mr. Isfield, his one natural eye, like, opens a bit more, as in, go on.
Well, we all know you love to party, Mother.
Well, yes.
Especially on your birthday. Well, I've brought you many, many kilos of stardust.
Her eyes go wide as plates, and she says, "Oh dear, that is one of the sweetest things you could ever say to a mother like me."
Yes,
And
yes.
it is so thoughtful of you to bring this for my birthday party. It is such a great present.
A present?
Well, it is a present, isn't it?
Well,
and as you mentioned,
maybe it is, Mama. Maybe
the
it is.
kilos of stardust. She like absent-mindedly placed the holographic projector on some servant's plate for it to be taken away.
Fuck. Oh well, I kind of fucked that up.
Just say that she can have the lion's share, but the rest is for sale to the guests of the party, so everyone has a good time.
Yeah, yes, that's what I was meaning. Yeah, yes. We have. Can we actually remember how much we have?
You have 25,000 credits worth of the stuff and about 3 kilos, I believe.
Yeah, about 3 kilos.
I think. Aaron,
Mama.
correct me if I'm wrong.
I think
Yeah,
it was 3
something like
kilos.
that.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's not going to snort 3 kilos, obviously.
She totally is.
No.
She's not
This
even
is-
going to snort
this-
1 kilo.
This is Penelope. Mama,
You don't know her thoughts, son.
I've brought 3 kilos of stardust, and
No,
if,
she was a
if-
level 10 expert with 4 ranks in drugs.
and she. The plan was, Ma, as you know, you like to partake of some of the finest things, but the members of the party must also have something good. So the plan was you to have the lion's share of the stardust, while I were to make a little money on the side by selling the rest of it. I brought 3 kilos. I was thinking if you could have 2, I'd keep the other one for sale.
She says, "Well, that is a very generous offer, and 2 kilos would last me for quite a while. I would, of course, share with the guests in the party what kind of hostess would I be, and the remaining kilo, of course, you could sell, yes. But I would ask you to not sell them to my guests. It would be
Of course, not the guests.
out of taste, you see."
I'm so confused. The lady who's taking 2 kilos of Coke doesn't want her guests to buy Coke, but...
She's
She's
offering
providing them
out of
for
her
free.
2 kilos.
Well, this was a splendid plan.
Well, everyone likes to think that they can participate in the party somehow. I'm sure if I could cut this 1 kilo's worth of space crack into about 20 kilos and sell it to the rest of the planet. And they could feel like they're joining the party as well.
Go down
Well,
to
if
the...
you want to, if you want to dilute your share and sell it off to the populace. She says that with a little hint of disgust again. Well, you're free to do so.
I know. It's just, as you know, I am trying to make a business empire. Sometimes you have to do things from the bottom.
I'll bring my chemist to assist you with diluting your share, so it's properly done.
Thank you very much. How is Dr. Jones?
She's such a stardust head. She's got her own chemist.
Oh yeah. Dr. Jones is fine, dear. He unfortunately lost an arm in an accident a few months ago, but he is fine. He's got a replacement limb already.
Yes. Such accidents occur occasionally. Was he cooking up space meth again, Mama?
No, it was a small squabble from the workers. He got caught up in the middle. Nothing to worry about here.
Yes. Should never bring a knife to a gunfight. Well, that's all. This is amazing news, Mama. I'm pleased I could give you such a gift, and I'm pleased that you're also allowing me to make some money on the side. It wasn't cheap coming here, after all.
Well,
anything for you, Mama.
Such a son I have. Isn't he the best? And she kind of shouts that out in Mapachin's direction while Raylan was away.
Mapachin does that exact face.
Mama, I do not want you trying to force me onto another woman. She's not as no one will ever make up for how amazing you are as a woman. So I've no eyes. I've no eyes for such things.
Well, we do want grandsons, Albert.
I'll look into it.
Mapachin looks if there's an alcoholic drink nearby.
Yes.
She just grabs whatever.
Yes, there is. It's not the stuff Raylan asked for, but yes, there is. And it's also pretty strong.
Table wine or something.
It's not purple death?
Yeah, it's table wine.
Mm-hmm.
Not purple death.
That's the drink.
No, not purple death.
Mapachin drinks the table wine rather inelegantly. She's got a low charisma score. She can't help it. She's very crude.
And yes, so after a while, they invite all of you to dinner.
Okay.
Mapachin doesn't have anything nice to wear to dinner.
I'm sure we'll find something for you. You and Mama have quite the same shapely figures.
Mrs. Isfield looks a bit offended when you say that, Albert.
Mapachin tries to save it and say, "No, I think I'm a little broader in the shoulders, so..."
Oh, yes, you're right. Ma is more slender and... Feminine.
Yeah. Raylan looks down on his, leather duster and, is this okay?
Mrs. Isfield, she shakes her head slightly, then says, well, you could stay at the other end of the table.
Where I don't have to look at you. That's fine with Mapachin.
Yeah, Raylan just looks down in disappointment.
Yep. So dinner goes off without a hitch, unless you guys want to, do anything out of the ordinary besides interaction and more interaction.
Uh, anytime, anytime a servant, brings anything to the table, Mapachin makes eye contact with them and, smiles and gets their attention, just if only briefly, just so they notice her.
They return your smiles, and they nod back. They're very, very polite towards you.
Yeah, and Mapachin goes out of her way to treat them as equals and as humans.
Yeah, Raylan does the same. And is my friend there?
What friend?
Dave?
Oh,
no,
Douglas.
what's his name? Douglas.
Douglas. Yeah, Douglas comes in to serve the drinks to everyone.
Yeah, I want more purple death, I guess. Because,
You want more?
well, maybe not as strong, but something equally as good. I tell him. I don't want to pass
he
out.
nods.
Tasty.
Yeah. He says, please give me a minute. And walks off. When he comes back, he comes with another drink for you. It is strong. It isn't as strong as your purple death. But yeah, it helps you get happy, let's say.
Yeah.
While all this is happening, Isfield Sr. He turns to you, Albert, and says, those two, are they your whole crew?
No, I have two more on board my ship. They just choose to stay on board. I think they might be a little agoraphobic.
Well, he shrugs and says, very well then.
Yes, they often prefer to stay on board in case there's if there's things that require more help, then they often come off. But we're fine here. It's safe. It's a nice place.
Yes, indeed. We have one of the best military around in the planet at least. So yes, we are safe enough. And he nods towards Lieutenant Colton, who says, only doing my job, Mr. Isfield. So, after dinner and several courses of meals, you guys are led to your rooms to spend the night.
Nice.
And it is by the end of, once everyone's settled in, is when, Albert, you have a knock on your door. And when you open, it's Lieutenant Colton on the other side.
Hello.
Hello, Albert.
So, have you come to collect your payment?
Of course. Also to catch up. I was reuniting with the family.
It was rather good. It's been time since I've seen them.
Good to know. Remember, if you keep this up, you can relive this moment as much as you want.
Oh yes. Well, here you go. Here's the money.
Thank you, Albert. I'll see you tomorrow.
That you shall.
Mapachine sends a text on her comm device to Albert. She's of course in some completely different quarters from him, and the text just says, "Are you available for a word?"
Yes. Haven't quite changed into my pajamas yet.
My
I'm in a
place
smoking
or yours?
jacket. Oh, while Mother would probably be interested to see a lady coming into my room, I think we should perchance go to the library instead.
All right, I'll see you there.
Okay, so Leech, you are in the ship with Natasha. Anything that you do out of curiosity? Anything that
Yeah, I'm watching all the ships, like cameras and shit, to make sure nobody comes near our ship. And anybody that does, I go out in my full FEP with spike thrower and like confront them.
The ship's, you look out the ship's viewport, and you see there's like this small ring of soldiers that stays around it. They have their backs turned to the ship. They keep let's say, a safe distance from it. They cycle out every once in a while, but no one comes up to the ship.
Yeah, I just watch them diligently, make sure none of them come near the ship. If they do, I go out there and confront them.
Yeah. No one goes near the ship. And as night comes, I guess Natasha would notice your behavior and she would ask, "What is it that you're doing, Leech?"
We're not in a safe place right now, Natasha. We gotta be on alert at all times.
Well, are we ever in a safe place?
Well, it's a little bit safer up in space, where there's not an entire planet worth of military that want to scan us and figure out that we have improper cargo or use any information they could get against us.
Yeah, makes some sense.
I'm pretty
If
sure
you want to.
Lieutenant Dan in there would sell you for parts if he knew what you were. And all it takes is him putting a scanner too close to our ship for that to happen.
Well, if you want to, I can keep an eye out while you sleep. I don't need to do it. So you're free to
Yeah.
sleep.
Please do. I don't trust any of these people.
So that's all you do, like watch the ship for anyone trying to come in, correct?
Yep, I'm just keeping an eye out.
Okay. And well, Natasha switches out with you so you can get your human sleep. So morning comes. It is the 6th of October, birthday time.
Was I going to meet Albert in the library?
Yes.
Mapachine, we'll say, just gets there first and is waiting. Maybe the library is closer to her end of the compound. I don't know.
It's open at all times.
Sure, but I mean, like, just the distance to walk. I don't know if it's shorter for Mapachine or whatever.
No, it's shorter for Albert.
Okay, then.
You would be placed in the servants' quarters.
Mm-hmm.
So they are a bit further away from everything.
Okay.
They have their own, little barracks outside the manor.
Mm-hmm. So when I arrive in the library, Albert is already there waiting his smoking jacket.
Slippers.
Mm-hmm. And a fez.
Space fez.
Well, of course.
So Mapachin takes her communication device, phone, out of her pocket and starts to play some MP3s from it rather loudly. And she just sets her phone in the middle of the room, playing loud music, and approaches Albert very, very, very closely and leans into his ear and whispers, I don't trust that this room is not under surveillance, so the music should cover the sound of our voices if there's any audio recording going on, and if there are
Cover your mouth as well. There's probably cameras.
Yes, exactly. So, and we should, in case of obvious video surveillance, we should disguise the nature of our meeting. If you catch
Would you like to sit on my lap?
Yes. Facing you.
Well, let's just not. Okay, let's get this over fast.
Yes, I promise it won't take long. And yeah, Mapachin is trying to control her gag reflex. So she straddles him. And is like licking and kissing his neck and ears and jaw while dying a little bit inside.
Somewhere, someone watching this through the cameras is vomiting.
And as she's like pretending to, like, you know, make out, or well, not pretending, but she is like making out with his face. She's like whispering closely to his ear. The death of Lieutenant Colton at the same time as our arrival will look very suspicious. I suggest, my expertise talking here, that we poison him. If you will see your mother's chemist soon, you could procure some poisons, I presume, and I could sneakily administer them to Lieutenant Colton. And
I'm sure there are some poisons that can degrade in a very short amount of time, and also could
a longer time would
stay
be better.
in. Yeah, well, I mean, take time, a long time to take effect, and degrade fast after taking effect.
Yes. So, something of that nature, so that we can be out of here and it wouldn't look immediately suspicious that he dies while we visit. Or so that's what I had in mind.
This is the plan of an amazing poisoning assassin. I should have known nothing less from you.
She cups his junk.
It's completely flaccid.
Of course. And a little bit firmly. Like not nicely. Just you know, to drive her point home, and then kind of slides off of him.
Okay.
And she collects her phone, turns off the music, and heads back to her slave chambers to throw up.
That was amazing.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
That was amazing. That's
Do you want to roll
great.
a mental
Ariel, do you
save?
need 5 minutes? Welcome back, Pixie.
Let me roll a mental save for the person watching this through the camera.